Hello, everyone. My name is Melanie S, and I'll try to make this short, but I was first diagnosed with early stage breast cancer, stage 1A, back in 2016 at the age of 43. And my mother had breast cancer like 20 years prior. So the first thing we did was genetic testing, right, to see if we had a breast cancer gene in the family. So, because I was presented with mastectomy versus lumpectomy and radiation, and there was no overall survival benefit between either one. So, my thought process was if we have the gene, I'll do the mastectomy because, I had a family, kids working, and the genetic test came back negative. So that told we didn't have a gene in the family. So I just went ahead and did the lumpectomy and radiation, and they took out two lymph nodes, and the lymph nodes were clear, margins were good. I did the OncoDX score, that was a 13. So that meant no chemotherapy for me. I had a less than 5% chance of reoccurrence. And I did like I said, the surgery, the radiation, continued working the whole time. And then I was put on tamoxifen, and I was told you take it for 10 years, and they move you over to the survivorship clinic at your hospital, and you're just getting your 6-month checkups and yearlies. And then I noticed 4 years later, a little bit earlier, but I noticed I started having some back pain. And I was a nurse. I guess I still am a nurse, but I was working with patients and moving heavy patients and heavy equipment. So I just chalked it up to, oh, I've got a bulging disc. So I self medicated and thinking that's what it was the whole time because, cancer reoccurrence for me wasn't on my radar because I didn't know it was such a high percentage of early stagers that turned metastatic. I've learned now it's between 20 and 30% of all early stage cancers turn to metastatic disease. So I was just told less than 5%, go live your life. So even being a nurse, I was never told that. So it wasn't on my radar. Had it been on my radar, I would have seeked out medical treatment for my back pain sooner. Would that have changed the outcome? No, but I could have got in treatment sooner. But it is what it is. So having the back pain, my PCP sent me for an MRI. It showed that I had metastatic disease. So we did the PET scan, all the tests, and it was metastatic cancer, and it was bone only. So it was in several areas in my skeleton. So we immediately, I was 47 at the time. It was 4 years later. So put me in menopause. So I had Zoladex injections. They started me on CDK4/6 inhibitor, Ibrance, and Foslodex. So I did that, and then I finally got comfortable enough. And also, we did 10 radiation treatments to my sacrum because that was the area that was causing a lot of pain because it was pressing on the nerve. So that really helped with the pain. Did that, started the treatment, eventually decided, okay, I want to get rid of Zoladex. So let's do I'd already done a hysterectomy, but we kept my ovaries. So we did the oophorectomy, took my ovaries out. So that got rid of that treatment. Was going along happy. And then I had a tonsil that lit up chronically on a PET scan. So what do? You're 47 years old. Could it be throat cancer? Yeah, because I'm at the age for that, right? Or it could be breast cancer. Breast cancer doesn't typically go to the tonsils, but there are documented cases. So the only way to know for sure was do a tonsillectomy. So at 47 years old, I had to have a tonsillectomy. We just took the one tonsil out because the main complication is hemorrhaging. So he's like, I don't want to take them both because that's going to double your chance for hemorrhaging. And so let's just take the one that's lighting up. So we took it out. Everything was fine. It was not cancer. However, I will say personally, I would rather have 20 bone biopsies where they drill down in your back into your sacrum to take out bone than to go through a tonsillectomy ever again as an adult. That was awful. That's the worst thing by far I have had done. So anyway, but thankful it wasn't cancer. It wasn't anything like that. So yeah, so I'm doing good. It's been 3.5 years. I'm still on my first line of treatment, which is a CDK4/6 inhibitor, Ibrance and Foslodex. I'm stable. I have scans. We pushed it out to every 4 months now. It was every 3, but as I've got stable, we're pushing it to 4. I have scans coming up later this month. And like everyone else, it's skin anxiety. And I really honestly feel like it gets worse because, like, I know in my mind, the average efficacy of a CDK4/6 inhibitor is 24 months, right? And here I am 3.5 years. So it's like you're just waiting for that shoe to drop. And I hate to be like that, but you can't help it. But anyway, but I'm very fortunate and very thankful that I'm still on my first line of treatment. I always try to stay ahead of the game. I always talk to my doctor, like, okay, when progression does come, what do we do next? So we already have a plan in place. That may change. We have a plan now, but in 4 months, I'm probably going to ask her again, hey, what are we going to do now? Because, everything's changing. So I'm very excited to be on the SBC leadership team at Surviving Breast Cancer. I'm actually the host of the Facebook group for this month. So trying to get to know people there. And I'm fairly new to the community as far as the Thursday Night Thrivers and things like that. So I just really love advocacy work. Since I couldn't do nursing anymore, it was just, I tried to go back to that and just couldn't do it. It was physically too much. So I just kind of dove into advocacy work. And honestly, it helps me. It kind of helps give purpose to my own suffering and a reason to get out of bed every day, other than my family. So yeah, happy to be here.